Hello and welcome to a Telecaster Shootout vid. You may have seen my what's the most versatile guitar trilogy, and the guitar that I decided on would be the best all round if I was doing, say, you know, covers, gig, function band thing. 2 1-hour sets, which is quite a common thing in the UK. And I wanted to cover all the areas from rock through to pop, soul, funk, blues, everything there. And I just wanted to feel comfortable and knew where I was all the time on the guitar, and that. The Telecaster, the humble Telecaster, would be what I'd be most happy playing, really. I'll just reiterate, you may not have seen that video, I'll just reiterate, but I just like the fact that you've got, this is just a standard Tele setup. 2 single coils, 3-way selector, volume and tone there. And yeah, I just reiterate what I said on that, and that's basically that the 3 selector switches, each pickup and selector switch offers a unique sound. There's no blurring of the edges. You just can look down, you can look where the volume knob is, and you just know exactly where you are. And they're very versatile sounds. And I've covered this guitar in other videos, and I've played it on other videos and songs and things. So I don't want to dwell too much on it, but for reference, we'll get on with it. And we'll just talk about the bridge pickup quickly there. Get it in this kind of, I'm going to Victory V44 Plexi amp here. And I've got some reverb courtesy of the Strymon Flinch just going into the front end of the amp. Oops, Rolling Stones police. Just back that volume knob off, and you've got a lovely kind of crunchy, sort of half gainy sound. I don't know, better way of putting it than that. It's you know, a crunch. I suppose crunchy is the sound. Jangly crunch is what I'm looking for there. Very useful in so many songs, just to play it back in there, you know, back in the singer there and the band, just giving it a bit of reinforcement, but not too heavy. Pickup on full. Really meaty and beefy. Tele pickup, a good bridge Tele pickup should be beefy, and it should be quite clear with a fair bit of high end on it. If I just put some gain on. So you get a picture. You can do such a wide range of just on the one pickup. You know. The lead, I'm not going to muck around doing too much lead on this. It's heard this guitar quite a few times now, but you want a bitey kind of sound out there, which you do get out of the bridge pickup. So you get the picture. Very, very useful, very, very versatile. Just a bridge pickup. Middle pickup, one of my favourite sounds on any guitar production. I just love this out of phasey kind of mixture of the 2 pickups. Very nice. Moving on to the neck pickup. Beautiful sound. Good sounding neck Tele pickup, I think. Beautiful sound. Yeah, just I've said it before, I'll say it again. A lot of people don't like the neck pickup on Teles, and that's probably because they've got a rubbish neck pickup in the guitar, unfortunately. but you know, there's companies that make great ones, and Fender now, they've improved the sound of their neck pickups on the Teles tenfold to what they used to be back in the day. You know, you can get some kind of, you know, sorry. You can move into jazz territory or blues territory, but again on it. The picture, very nice, very versatile. We'll use that as our reference tone for the other two Teles that I'm going to be playing on this video. So I'm just going to change on to the second one there. Just bear with me a split second. So the second Tele I bought 4 years ago. Well, let's just say I bought it in 2017, and it's a lovely looking thing. It's by a company called Palir, which is somewhere in the southern United States. And this has got etched onto the headstock. It was for Summer NAMM in 2016. So I guess this was an exhibition guitar. If you go on YouTube, Summer NAMM 2016 Palir guitars, you will see this very guitar. You'll see this very guitar on a stand in the background. It's got the same wood, and yeah. How it got to England, I've no idea. But I bought it second hand 4 years ago in Northern England, and it played fine when I got it. I just loved the looks of it, obviously, and the sound of it was awesome. It's got this big, like, 52 Telecaster style neck on it, like a baseball. But if the camera's picking up, that's my Gibson R8 there. The neck isn't quite as big a handful as on that, but it's not far short of it. And it does add to the tone of this guitar. But yeah, Guy from Guy's Repair in Lancaster in England, he did an amazing job getting this to what I'd call, you know, a playable state, as in up to the standards, as I say, the Suhr there, you know, so getting it towards that, you know. It was fine before, but after about an hour, 3/4 of an hour, you know, the neck, because it's so big, you know, if the action isn't really fluid and frets polished, all those nice things you can get done with a good setup, it was like a guitar for 1 or 2 songs, and I wanted a bit more out of it than that. Now it's come back superb, and I'm waffling, I know, but I just want to fill in a bit of background on this thing. It's very light. It's I think it's swamp ash on the body. It's got this like Gretsch White Falcon style gold with the white bit there. It's quite random, really, and the finish on the top, it's almost like Formica or something like that. You know, not to everybody's taste, but I really like it. So I presume it's like a Seafoam green. Roasted maple neck there. Volume tone, 3-way selector like a standard Tele setup. Pickups though are different. These are Porter P90s. They look in the form of a single coil, a normal single coil, but they are P90s. So they've got a fair bit of grunt in them. A bit of sizzly top end in them too, and yeah, it makes a fair old humming noise. Like, there's no noise cancelling, which you just have to live with, but it gives this guitar a unique Tele sound. So I'm going to switch her on the amp again. Always a golden rule. On the Suhr Tele, I always back the tone off, and nearly every Tele that I play, or you know, if I ever play one, I usually end up backing it off just a little bit off the top there, because it's so treble. On this, I have the volume up, sorry, the tone up full on this. I do back it off, it's nice and sweet, but I do like it. I really like that rasping top end you get out of the P90 pickups. I don't know a lot about Porter pickups. I have heard of them, but you know, they're definitely. I hate the word boutique. It sounds so snobby, doesn't it? But I suppose, in essence, you know, that's kind of what, you know, you'd think is a boutique kind of pickup, really, and a boutique kind of guitar. But, so yeah, this is like I say, by Palir. It's called the Mojo Titan, if you're interested in looking it up. So yeah, an interesting name as well. The neck's certainly a Titan. So yeah, just straighten the amp with a bit of reverb from the Flint. Top crispy end. It's a really nice sounding guitar. Back it off a bit. Not quite as successful, I don't think, as the more standard Tele pickup sound when you back it off. Not as jangly and you know, that kind of Bruce Springsteen kind of really Tom Petty as well, driving, jangly, sort of semi-driven sound, but it's still an interesting sound. So yeah, let's put some gain on it. I think that this guitar starts to excel when you start goosing the amp and the gain on it. It's a ferocious little beastie, is this thing. I think it's aimed more like on, you know, your country rock players on steroids kind of thing. Maybe your blues rockers players love that ilk, really. You know, it's I think, yeah, this can be a straight up rock beast of a guitar, no problem at all. We'll move on to the middle pickup. So we're out of phase. I love, as you know, as I said before, I love the out of phase sound. I know that's one passion, this roasted neck contributing to a warmer, more mellow sound, I think, than the standard Tele configuration. So I love it. So nice with a bit of the Flint on. Not a lot to dislike about that sound. But, maybe again not quite as clear and resonant as on the standard configured Tele, but it's a lovely warm sound. It's lovely, absolutely. They're different animals, there's no doubt about it. And the Tele is a great platform for sticking different pickups. It's such a basic guitar. You just get your basic slab of wood, yeah, quarter saw neck, and away you go, really, you know. So it's a good guitar for trying different pickups in and different configurations and that. The Fender have just brought out the Nashville Palir Plus series. I'm making this in 2021, and they've done it in the Nashville Tele style. So that's basically with the middle Strat pickup in it. I really like the look of those things. And that middle pickup sounds incredibly like a Strat when you listen to them, the vids online. Fantastic. Proving again how versatile the Tele is, and this is what this is about, really. We're looking for the most versatile guitar here. So we'll move on to the neck pickup. buzz on, a little bit of tremolo. Nice, relax. Absolutely outstanding. It's a beast of a neck pickup. Proving again my point earlier, get a good neck pickup and a Tele. It's gold. Fantastic. So yeah, I think, you know, there's definitely more definition on this guitar, on the bridge pickup when there's gain on it, and the same with the neck pickup, probably due to the P90 pickups. The Swampash definitely brings a different, warmer flavour to it as well. So yeah, they're definitely different beasts and that. And, yeah, I'm going to stick by my you know, my assumption that this really is like a country rocker's guitar, and you know, moving through the gears into the, like, you know, your sort of Springsteen, Tom Petty guys, and all the way up to sort of rock, you know, straight and out classic rock blasting. Fantastic. The fact that it's light, that's a bonus. If you've got a dodgy back like me, a bonus. So that's the Palir, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So we're moving on now. We're going to go on to the third guitar, and this is my latest guitar, latest addition to the family. And I've had this guitar about a month now, but I haven't done any vids on it or with it yet. I'm still just getting used to it, really. And I've got this second hand, again in the north of England, but it originated from Peach Guitars in Colchester. Because with Suhr guitars, I don't know, you know, you do get like a spec sheet with them. Each guitar's got a spec sheet with a serial number and the you know, all the different pickups, what they've used and all the rest of it, electronics. So you know where you are and that, and it also tells you which dealer it originated from. And if you go online, I must switch you down, fella. If you go online, again, you can see this guitar. It's not the reason why I bought either this or the Palir. It's just a coincidence. But I had a feeling I'd seen this guitar before. You know, I've been after one of these for ages. And if you go on Peach Guitars on there, I think the boutiques guitars thing, you'll see this. You see, I think it's Jack. Is it Jack at Peach Guitars? A wonderful guitar player. He's demoing this same guitar, and it is the same one, like, yeah. And it's their own spec version of the Suhr Alt.T, and the differences are, instead of SSVs, it's got Thornbuckers in, and that's what I wanted. I've got Thornbuckers in that Flying V of mine. I love those pickups. Low powered PAF, you know, and they've dialed the mud out of them, so they're really, you know, they're sweet. So this has got Thornbuckers in and a roasted maple neck, and that is, again, it's warm and sweet, it really is. Amazing. Rosewood, Indian rosewood neck. The chief difference here, of course, obviously the Thornbucker humbuckers are the thing that obviously stands out, but it's got a 5-way selector switch. So we'll go through those, and you'll see what an incredible versatile guitar this is. So I'll take a bit of gain off the gain. So we're on the bridge pickup now. So Thornbucker bridge pickup only. Lots of definition for a humbucker there. Turn that up a bit. Bit of gain. So that really handles gain beautifully. That was the exotic BB preamp, the Andy Timmons one there. That gives it a, you know, if you want to, if you've got a Marshall style amp, or even if you haven't got a Marshall style amp, but you want to add that kind of flavour, you know, a bit more to it, that it's a great pedal for that. The other thing about this guitar, it is, like I say, the Alt.T, and they call it the Alt.T. Another reason they call it that is it's got this thin line F-hole in there, so that's basically hollowed out. It's an older top, and I don't know how they must just route it out with a special machine, but it's routed out, so that's hollowed there, and that gives the sound a bit of air as well. But this guitar, it really sounds kind of warm and tight, so it's great. That's enough on my old bridge. The second position is supposed to be emulating the mid position on the Telecaster. So. Great for funky stuff, that brilliant. So yeah, you know, you'll get you in the ballpark of that mid position on the Tele. It's used to have it on board. I think it's just coil tapping and various what's the word I'm looking for? It's coil tapping the two humbuckers in different configurations, because you've got another one like that further on in position 4. But we'll go into the middle, which is the two humbuckers and a phase, as I like to call it, the middle position. So you can get that kind of Jimmy Page phase sound out of it. Beautiful, really nice, and again, a very useful sound, which is different to the sort of tapped single coil version of that. Position 4, as I like to call it. Now again, it's coil tapped again, but I'm not sure, you have to apologise, I'm not sure which way around it's coil tapped. Whether it's just the neck pickup coil tapped, I don't know, but it's supposed to emulate, you know, get in the ballpark of a Strat. It's not as glassy as a Strat, and it doesn't sound as good as a Strat, but in my opinion, you've got it there, and it's a very useful sound to have because it's on board. If you're covering a lot of ground, that sound is there, and it's something. It's not like this. To have on board, and I think it's a sound I do use a lot. Actually, it's great. It's just a thinner sounding humbucker, basically. Final position is just the neck humbucker on its own. So we should maybe compare it to the Palir and do a bit of that malarkey again. Bear with me just a second. So we're going to go. Of course you can dial it back a bit and just and if it's too bright you can just dial that tone back like on most teles. Warms it up. So there you've got it. That's the Suhr Alt.T dealer select, if you want to call it that, peach guitar spec. So I'll make a conclusion now. I'll just turn the amp onto standby. My conclusion is, if we're looking for the most versatile guitar, it's going to have to be the one I'm holding, really. I think it just takes everything from the standard Tele, pimps it up so you can go, you know, heavier, harder, rockier if you want. You can still back it off, get the jangly sounds. Then you've got the 5-way switch, what lets you into some, like, you know, coil tap sounds that are a lot thinner, getting you in the ballpark of both the Tele and the Strat. You've got a lot of, you know, I don't think there's any one guitar that does it all, but I do think this, whether you're playing live, you're recording, or you're doing a covers gig like that. I mean, that's the example I've used for most versatile. You're doing that covers gig and you've got to call those different musical and artistic bases. This guitar is going to get you pretty close in an evening. You're going to be able to nail most sounds there. I did forget to mention one thing, that all these three have brass saddles. The two Suhrs have the Wilkinson bridge, I believe. Actually, this is different to the, I've only just noticed this actually. I'll have to look this up whether this is a Wilkinson one actually, but that on the first Tele I played is, this has got brass saddles. All three have got brass saddles anyway, compensated brass saddles on them. I think that's a quintessential part of the Tele sound, whether you like it or not. You know, I think you want the authentic Tele sound, you want your brass saddles. So yeah, I think they've obviously, what they've done here, they've shortened this, being able to fit or get humbucker in properly, and it all works rather well. So yeah, if I was to go out on a gig or a session in studio or whatever, recording, and I could only take one guitar, it's going to definitely be the Suhr Alt.T. But I would say any Tele is a winner as an all-rounder, and I should give an honourable mention to a couple of the guitars in the Telecaster platform, and that's the Fender Deluxe, most notably seen with the black body and the maple neck and the 70s large headstock. I don't know whether Fender still, you can see I've deeply researched this, I don't know whether Fender still make that guitar, but there's still plenty around second hand knocking about. I think they were made in the Mexican factory for quite a while, so you can find those, you know, reasonably priced. Because, you know, obviously a guitar like this, and the Palir and the other Suhr, they're not the cheapest instruments, but you can go there. You know, you can get your the Squire Vibe Series Teles are awesome. You know, you don't need to spend a fortune, and they'll all get you there. But yeah, the Fender Tele Deluxe, I think that's got 2 volumes and 2 tones on it, so you can actually get different volumes set on your bridge pickup to your neck. So the bridge pickup, yeah, you know. So, you know, that gives it another added versatility there. If you were looking for something like this on a budget, that's where I'd go, you know. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, the other honourable mention was the Cabronita Tele. And again, I don't know whether that's in production. It seems to appear from time to time in the Fender catalogue and under various different guises, like. But again, I've seen those made in Mexico versions of those, and again, you can find them second hand, and they've got like a, well, it's because of Fender own Gretsch, it is a Gretsch style Filtertron pickup in the bridge there, and that'll give you an interesting sound on the Tele platform. So thanks for watching. I know it's a bit of a long one. I really appreciate everybody who watches these videos. I mean, you know, you're taking your time out to watch this stuff, and I really do appreciate it. And you know, I try to keep these more as concise as possible, but you've got 3 guitars, it's not easy to keep them short. So it just remains for me to say, stay safe guys, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.